So I'm going to start with the overall theme here. So we have unity, and this is a major arcana card. We have Ace of Water, which is Ace of Cups. And we have Page of Air, which is Page of Swords. And with these cards together, I'm feeling like it's saying this is going to be a very spiritual year for you. And I feel like relationships are coming to the forefront here. And you're going to be learning something about who you are within relationships. And there's truth coming forward. There's truth coming forward this year to kind of shine a light on this area of your life for the purpose of spiritual evolution. And I feel like it's also for the purpose of maybe breaking patterns in regards to relationships, how you connect with other people, who you are within your community. There's also this, it says here for the Ace of Cups, falling in love or the resurgence of a relationship, a new home, the Unity card, which I believe is the, oh my goodness, my brain, which is the Hierophant, right? Yeah. So traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organizations, seek out mentors or like-minded friends. Page of Air is saying challenging information, delays or changes to plans, truth delivered without tact. So there's going to be shifts occurring this year. You may be going in a certain direction in the beginning of this year, and you may find at some point that you need to shift gears. And you may notice that as you become more in alignment with your, with your truth, with your spirituality. This is a year for definitely making sure that you're surrounding yourself with people that are supportive of your, how you view the world. Sorry, I thought I was going to sneeze. There it is. Okay, excuse me. You want to make sure that you are creating a supportive environment this year so that you can feel comfortable in stepping into your truth and not feel like you have to explain yourself, with your choices. But there is some sort of truth coming to the front this year for the purpose of spiritual evolution and for the purpose of opening your heart and, embracing this goodness that's coming your way. Challenge this year. This feels like a very, very significant year for you. One, because you have 3 cards for the theme and for the challenge. And then we also have 3 major arcana cards in just this section right here. We have the Justice card, the Chariot, and the Knight of Air or the Knight of Swords. So let's take a look here. So there's a lot of things here that are suggesting that there's going to be changes to your plans. There's going to be some challenging information that you're going to have to come to terms with this year. And then you're also going to be challenged to really stand up for yourself and, do what you know is to be right. Definitely moving forward, moving on is what I'm hearing. Moving on, moving forward. And I feel like you're kind of just like leaving behind this old way, this old lifestyle. I apologize for the construction noises in the background. This person's house is getting fixed, I'm assuming from the hurricane that we had a few months ago. Anyway, so the Knight of Swords is a very fast moving energy. So I feel like this year is you're going to feel like you really want to just charge ahead and move on and put things behind you. But it's really calling you to slow down and really take a look at your surroundings and just absorb what's going on. Like intellectually logically try to understand what's going on in your life rather than letting your emotions take over in those situations, and just slow down so you can really pay attention to where you're going. Paying attention to where you're going rather than just like choosing a path and just going with it. I feel like there's going to be a couple different paths that you can take this year, and you really need to review your options. And this is why your spirit is really calling you to step into, to be honest with yourself and step into your truth this year, so that you can make decisions that are most aligned with your soul's purpose, and not have to backtrack and redo and like change, like, course correct again and again, as the years progress. Which, everyone does every once in a while, but, not on such a grand scale. Because I feel like this is a major shift that's occurring this year. Like, really changing your story. So, for January, we have the Emperor. And the Emperor is all about planning, really laying the foundation of your goals, which makes sense for January because, we're doing a little life review usually during that month, taking a look back at. So the Emperor is really calling you to just get yourself organized, get things together here. This seems like a very important month for you because it feels like you're going to feel like things are coming together. We have culmination of vision for the Oracle card that's coming up. So I feel like your goals or your vision for yourself is kind of feeling more rounded out, where you have a deeper understanding of where it is that you want to go right now. So the Emperor is really calling you to get your life organized, work on self-discipline and, continuing forward and continuing to nurture this vision that you have for yourself, whatever that may be. It says structure and discipline, leadership. So this is definitely a time of really stepping into your power and, knowing your worth, knowing what you're capable of, and using that to your advantage. But yeah, this is definitely a time for just like planning out the nitty gritty details, to the capacity that you're able to with what you know at this point in time. For February, I'm hearing talking myself out of it. So I feel like this month is going to challenge your self-esteem levels here. You're going to want to step back into your old ways, your old habits of how you used to do things, what used to feel comfortable for you, kind of like hiding away. We have the ego here, which is the devil in the traditional tarot. And it's talking about a false sense of, like feeling like you're trapped, false sense of entrapment. And he's wearing a mask here. And I feel like this is something that could potentially happen. You can go back in, you can revert back into the person that maybe you were pretending to be to the world, instead of, you know, continuing to step up into the strong emperor that you are. And, you know, staying motivated to continue bringing your purpose into fruition, continuing to nurture that. But with the Oracle, the Nature's Whispers deck, it's saying to keep your dreams alive. So it's really encouraging you to really keep the faith this month, especially with the Devil card here, keeping the faith in the process, in the flow of that. You're in the flow, which is when like your spirituality is probably going to be called. You may feel that calling, that pull, and you may, you know, want to resist it a little bit. So this would definitely be a great month for self-care, doing things like meditating and yoga and, you know, anything that gets your spirit realigned. Going for nature walks, going to the beach, things like that. But definitely I feel like staying away from old habits is really important in February. So March feels like a very positive month. We have the Six of Fire, and you're starting to be acknowledged for the hard work that you've been putting in to where it is that you're trying to go. So this could be with, you know, the general public, you know, recognition, or it could be more of like your personal circle is seeing the progress that you're making and is making it known that they're proud of you. This could be your spiritual team also, making their presence known to you, that, you know, they're with you and you're on the right path right now. This is a time to really stay in alignment and not let that ego, you know, think that you're bigger than, you know, I don't know. Just keep your ego in check in March, because things are coming together, but there is still work that needs to be done. So don't think this is a time to sit back and be passive and just enjoy the compliments and enjoy the fruits, you know, the rewards that are coming your way, which it is good to enjoy it. Especially we have the Oracle card telling us to maintain your childlike spirit. So I'm feeling like, so I was hearing something about seriousness when I flipped these cards over. So I feel like, you know, allow yourself to enjoy where you are right now. You know, maybe not getting too serious, but also understanding that there is still more work that needs to be done. But, you know, pat yourself on the back for how far that you've come this month. And I feel like this is going to be a very motivating time for you, a very fiery time for you. And this may be when this challenge comes in, where you're feeling this pull to really charge ahead. We have the Knight of Swords, and then we have the Chariot with each other in this challenge here. And both of them are charging ahead on their horse. So, and then the Six of Fire is also doing the same. So I feel like this month is a challenge to make sure you know where you're going and not just, charging ahead because it feels good, or like because you're feeling that fiery energy to just soar forward. Just make sure that you're charging down the right path, which is why you really want to evaluate your options and, set the groundwork in January. And if you see this, after January, you can always bring it into February and stay in your self-esteem, stay in, this energy of keeping your dreams alive and supporting your dreams by pulling this Emperor energy in here and knocking away this ego devil energy that's tempting you to, go back into your old ways. Okay. April. This feels like a very positive time. So March and April are great, 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 great. We have the Page of Earth, Page of Pentacles here for April. And, people are starting to see the hard work that you're doing. You're starting to see, your potential and the possibilities for yourself in March. And now in April, you're starting to really see the results of that hard work. You're being recognized in March, and in April, there's the potential for, for opportunities that support financial growth. In April, there's possibilities of wanting to study a new subject that is going to financially benefit you in the future. If you're feeling called to study something specific, I would definitely seriously consider that, because it's possible to be financially beneficial for you. But this could also be a time where you may feel like, yeah, you're getting recognized for this hard work, but maybe that's not what you really want to do. And so this is where like a shift can be also occurring here, because it's saying that you're wanting to do something more challenging. And that's why there's this pull to really research something that interests you on a deeper level that can be financially beneficial for you, and can lead to success. So that's something to really understand here. Like if you're shifting from one area to another, don't let yourself feel bad about that, because it's part of the process. Love matters is what's coming up for April. So if you're not feeling the passion and where you've been going, this is when we realign ourselves with our truth, with our authenticity, and listen to where our spirit's trying to guide us. And, this is why love matters is coming up, because it's telling us like, this is the whole reason for life. This is the whole reason for living. And if you don't have that love for what you're doing, it's going to affect other areas of your life. So you really want to make sure that you're going in a direction that supports your passions and supports your heart in the process. So May feels like an extremely significant month for you. I feel like this is when you're shifting. You know how I said in the beginning of this reading that I feel like you think that you're going in the right direction, and then all of a sudden you're going to feel a total shift in your direction, like complete changes to your plans, because you're becoming more accepting of your truth. You're becoming more honest with yourself and what your heart really desires. So you're understanding that there is a potential for something that supports your heart in April that is financially beneficial for you. So if you've been wondering if this area would really work out for you, it will. And this is when you start to really go through the decision process of making that shift. Like, you're learning everything that you can in April. And as you continue to study and learn, you're really seriously considering this new shift in direction, because you're in a place. So this is usually judgment, but it's renewal with this deck, and it's all about reevaluating, or like, this is when a life review comes in again. So kind of like going back to that January energy, where you're taking a look at your life again and seeing if, like, going from like a bird's eye view and just taking a look at your life and seeing this map of your life and seeing if you're going in the right direction, and if this is really where you want to go and where you actually would prefer to go in. And I feel like it's very important to say again, to not beat yourself up about the process, because life is all about learning and growing. So when you find that you're going down the wrong path, you just turn around and you can backtrack and then go down the right path, and that's it. You don't have to beat yourself up the entire way towards the right direction. At least you are acknowledging that there is a better way to go. I just need to take a sip of water here. Be gentle with yourself. It's really important that you don't beat yourself up this month in May. So really, just being nurturing to your soul, to your heart, to your where you're being called to, and not being so hard on yourself. There's no reason for guilt. There's no reason for any of those feelings. It's just an acknowledgement that things need to change, and an awareness, a deeper awareness of your life situation. And, it's really brave. It's a brave thing to really see your life and know that you have to go in a different direction, and then choosing to do it. And it says right here, it's time to move in a new direction. And I feel like June is really when, you are going through the spiritual evolution here. So I feel like the first half of the month may be a time when, like, you're doing really well, but you're a little bit closed off to what your spirit is calling you towards. And then something happens between March and April where you have this realization that you have a stronger calling, and you are feeling more in alignment with yourself because you're hearing your intuition, and you're just continuing this process of reconnecting with your soul, reconnecting with your heart on a more profound level. And in June, there's this challenge so we have the 8 of air, where it feels like you want to like charge ahead, but there's also a fear of, going in the wrong direction. There's doubt here. And there's also this feeling that you want to run away as well, or run away from your calling rather than embrace it. So, run towards your calling rather than running away. Because you are fully supported. We have these other unicorns here in a group here that are kind of like, hey, where are you going? Like, we're in this together. We got you. You know what I mean? There's nothing to be afraid of. Don't be afraid of us. You know, we're here to help you. So this is letting you know that you are fully supported spiritually, absolutely. And, you know, paying attention to your surroundings and who, you know, making sure that you have a supportive environment is important as you continue forward through this unknown place, which is why I'm saying that it's very brave to make this conscious decision to shift and, you know, move in a different direction. And this is when it's really important to make sure that you are checking in with your heart in June. And it's really important that you are surrounding yourself with people who are spiritually supportive of your choices, who are real and honest, and you're being real and honest with yourself, because the more real you are with yourself and the more connected with your heart, the more you will start to have these aha moments where you understand that this is all for the best. You know, this is all happening in your favor. We have illumination here, which is all about, you know, really having a strong connection with your intuition and feeling spiritually guided and knowing that you are being led somewhere that is really supportive of your growth. Like you're heading in a very supportive direction. I feel you are heading in a direction that is so much more aligned with your truth. And there's this energy that's really surging you forward. You just want to make sure that you're surging forward in the correct direction. So it's really important to do what you need to do to align yourself in these 3 months, April, May, and June, so that you can really stay in your confidence that you're doing the right thing. And it's all a heart-opening process. So there may be times of vulnerability. There may be times of, an uncomfortableness, but it's because you're tapping into an area that hasn't really been accessed in a while. And so it's a little jarring at first, but the more you align yourself with that, the more connected you will feel to your whole being. And really just being like the truth. Truth is like what it's all about. This year, divine truth and, personal truth. Just being very, very honest with yourself this year is so, so important, and allowing that to, lead your heart forward in the direction that you're supposed to be going.